There are cars that change the game. There are cars that define a culture. But very rarely, there's a car that can do both. Just one letter, Z. A single character that for over 5 decades has symbolized rebellion, performance, freedom, and most of all, Japan's coming of age on the global stage. This isn't just the story of a car, it's the story of a movement, of how one man dared to believe that one little company in Japan can take on the world's best and win. Before the badge, before the car, there was just one man, Yutaka Katayama, better known to enthusiasts as Mr. K. He wasn't a typical executive. He believed cars should be fun, affordable, and above all, driven. In an era where most Japanese automakers focus on tiny econoboxes, Mr. K dared to dream bigger. He wanted a sports car, a world beater. And in 1969, with the Datsun 240Z, that dream came true. When the 240Z hit American shores, it was like a thunderbolt. Sleek lines, straight 6 power, independent suspension, and a $3,500 price tag. Detroit laughed until it stopped laughing. Porsche was stunned, and MG was annihilated. Americans bought it in droves, and just like that, Datsun wasn't just a name. It was a brand that stood up for performance. The Z didn't follow trends, it made them. It didn't take long for the Z to go racing and start winning. With Peter Brock BRE team, the 240Z carved through the ranks like a scalpel. With John Morton behind the wheel, the Z won championship after championship. Suddenly, this wasn't just a fast import. It was America's underdog hero. Back in Japan, it wasn't called the 240Z. It was called the Fairlady Z, a name that sounded delicate until it stomped through every race series it touched. The Z was no longer just an American phenomenon. It was a global icon across Europe, Asia, and the US. All tuners and racers one-on-one. It was the first truly international Japanese performance car, the car that made Japan cool. After emission laws and safety laws evolved through the years, the Z got heavier and softer. The 260Z and 280Z still carried the heart of the original one, but started gaining weight and chrome. Enthusiasts were not happy, but buyers, they were lining up. The 280Z in particular became a sales monster. It wasn't just a sports car anymore, it was a GT cruiser.
Get to test the latest Datsun that gets a breath of fresh turbocharged air, the 280ZX.
Then came the 280ZX, and with it, a lot of controversy. Some said that the Z had lost its soul. Others said that it finally had grown up. The 280Z was smoother, more refined, and eventually turbocharged. It had Plush carpets, leather seats, and T-tops. The driving spirit was still there, but very under velour and tape decks. In 1984, the Z becomes a triangle. The 300CX Z31 brought a whole new look and a whole new engine. Turbo VG30, digital instruments, a voice assistant that talked to you. It was strange, it was brave, and it was very, very fast. It was also the first Z designed on a computer. Welcome to the future. The Z32 wasn't a car, it was a flex. Twin turbos, 4-wheel steering, active suspension. It looked like a Ferrari, cost half as much, and outcornered most of them. This was Nissan Magnum Opus, the one they spare no expense to build. But like all masterpieces, it all came at a cost. By the late 90s, the Z32 was too expensive. The market was shrinking, and in 1996, the Z disappears from the US. And by 2000, the Fairlady Z name goes dark. A legend put on ice. But you can't kill a legend. In 2002, Nissan brings the Z back from the dead. The 350Z was affordable, pure, rear-wheel drive, and BQ powered. It was a tuner's dream and a drifter's playground. The 370Z came in 2009, sharper, faster, and stronger, but it never changed. While the world moved on, the 370Z stayed true, for better and for worse. The new Z is here. Twin turbo VR engine, retro styling and manual, but does it capture the spirit? Or is it too little, too late? For some, it's a revival. For others, just a refresh. More than any other JDM batch, the Z built a community. Z clubs, forum builds, generations of fans passing their cars down. This is more than a car, it's a family. Across the decades, the Z has fought them all. The Mustang, the RX-7, the Supra, the Skyline. Win or lose, it always showed up. And in the end, that's what legends do. Trends fade, markets shift, Cars come and go, but the sea stays. Because the sea isn't just about speed, it's about freedom and passion and the belief that you don't need to be rich to drive something that makes you feel alive. The Fairlady Z may be born in Japan, but it belongs to the world.